Hey guys, just wanted to show you my method with painting space walls here. So I've got this little guy. I'm just going to start with a quick base coat, this Vallejo light grey. You can use any light grey to base coat, but you do want it to be a really light colour. You can see this is almost like an off-white, because we're going to be doing a lot to it that darkens it over time. So I've got this Sotek green here. Just for the next step, I'm going to water it down quite a bit. You can see the consistency, it's sort of at there, very watered down. I'm just going to sort of blotch it all over the model. Just going to wipe it around, not putting too much on. I'm just sort of spreading it around there to add a very thin layer of it around. You can see I'm even washing the brush off a bit and spreading it around so we still get that grey showing through. Now this is a step you can skip. You can obviously start with a sort of base coat of a light blue to start off with instead of doing these two steps. But I just like the effect this gives. A lot of that Sotek green ends up in shadowy kind of areas. Gives a cool effect. So we'll just paint a couple of the smaller things here. Just for the chest, I'm going to use a bit of a mix of this Vallejo metal color steel and some Retributor armor. Just adding a tiny bit of gold to the steel. A lot more of that steel color than gold. I'll just put that on the chest piece. I'm just going to move on to painting the shoulder pads next. Going for a sort of grey hunter look, so I'm going to paint this shoulder pad on the right here, just yellow. It's just going to take a few coats because it's yellow, and then we'll base coat the other shoulder pad black. Cool, now I'm going to be doing sort of a alternative shade here rather than just using Nuln Oil or something. I'm just created a sort of black-brown mix here, a lot more black, just adding a bit of brown to some black and really watering it down. More water than you'd even think. Just really want it at the consistency of water. Then I'm just going to be spreading that around the model. So because we've watered that down so much, it's just going to spread into all the recesses instantly. If it doesn't, you just have to move it around a bit. Trying to keep the main plates relatively clean, just letting it seep into all the crevices there. I like doing this rather than using a shade. If you were to use a shade, you could probably use Agrax Earthshade would be best. Just spread it around the model. But I like doing this because I think it gets into the recesses better, sort of dulls the colors a little bit, and it sort of prevents that shine you get from using a shade. Sweet, so you can see how that's sort of dulled the armor out a bit now, sort of giving it a bit of a dirty look. So now we're going to start edge highlighting. So I'm just using that original grey color. And I don't really want to edge highlight everything. I'm not too crazy about edge highlighting. Just all the main edges you see on the model. Basically anything that'd be easy to edge highlight, I do. And just leave the rest. Now it's always best when you're edge highlighting to just sort of turn the model itself rather than trying to adjust your brush to where it should be. Just turning the model with the brush there just helps a lot. And just getting everywhere, arms, head, and the back. Cool, so with our edge highlight done now, as you can see, what I want to do now is just sort of clean up some of the main bits of the armor plate. So what I'm doing is I sort of want to add a glaze of that original grey, that light grey from Vallejo I used originally, whatever you used. So this is easier than you'd think. If you water down that grey a bit and just get barely any on the end of the brush. So you really want to wipe your brush off and just barely have any on, and then just move it around the main plates like I'm doing now. And once that's dried, you'll barely see a transition between the grey you've painted here and what was on there before. So just moving it around everywhere, you can see how light I'm putting it on, just barely brushing it on. Now, just so I can show you what I mean by barely any paint on the edge of the brush, I've just put more paint than I should have at the end of the brush here. And that's what it'll look like if I'm putting too much paint on. So if you make that mistake, you can just water it off, water down the brush, wipe it off, and just try practicing getting barely any paint on the end of the brush, and putting it on like that instead. Cool, so now that our armor's done, just going to move on to some of the little details, just doing the eyes here. So I like to do eyes by just adding a little bit of white to the lenses and then coming in with an ink. So I've just added those bits of white to the lenses. I've got this magenta ink from Vallejo here. You can use a watered down color of your choosing if you don't have an ink. I'm just putting that on, but not too thick, because I just want to leave white in the center of the lenses there. Alright, so you can see I've just quickly off-screened a couple of details like the sword and gun and stuff here. But what I want to show now is just freehanding some of the decals that those grey hunters have. So I'm just going to add sort of that claw mark sort of decal to the plate here. I'm just going to be doing it with this Mephiston red. So the way I'm going to achieve this is I'm just going to add 3 parallel lines to the top of the plate here, just going down, trying to space these obviously evenly apart. And you can see it sort of curves a bit as you go to the outside ones, so just keep that in mind. So now that I've done that, what I want to do is find the middle of those lines and just work from the middle down to the tips of each of those lines. So you can see this will sort of help create that triangle. And just doing that on the other side of the lines on the outside. So again, finding the middle between the 2 lines and working my way down to the tip of each line. And again, adding a bit on the outside just to help it become a triangle. Just to finish this off, I'm just going to create one more little triangle down from the tip of that black triangle we've got there. Just creating a straight line downwards and then filling that in with the red. And you can see that again on the back. Now that they're just neaten it up, just add some of that grey back to the edges, cover up any mistakes. Alright, now for the final step, I'm just going to get some of this Reichland Flesh shade. I'm just going to add it to the yellow. The shade really helps warm colours up, so I'm also just going to add it to the chest plate here, just because it got dulled out a bit. Now if you want to, you can add some of this Valhalla Blizzard or any snow paint and just dab it on. I'm sure a lot of you have snowy bases for Space Wolves, so doing this sort of helps tie them to the base. So I like just adding a few little droplets of snow just all around the armor. Cool, and there you have it. Pretty cool looking grey hunter we have now. I'm sort of going for more of a lighter color on the armor. I think it works a little better. And there we go, everything tied together nicely. So thanks for watching this one. If you want to subscribe, that'd help a lot. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.